Today we're gonna do a review of the Bellroy Via Workpack. We're gonna pack it out, give you an honest assessment of the pros and the cons. And if you're not quite feeling this bag, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of the video where I'll give you some alternative bag recommendations that might better suit your needs. Let's talk about the gist of the Bellroy Via Workpack. Bellroy is an Australian carry company known for making wallets and phone cases and pretty delicious looking and functioning backpacks. And this Via series is them sort of stripping their bags down to be more minimalist and to be available at a more accessible price point. Some of its top features being the fact that it's both a backpack and sort of a tote. A quick access front pocket, a main compartment with minimal organization and a pretty well padded laptop sleeve, a gloss PU coated zipper, and a luggage pass-through holder. The bag currently comes in 4 color options. It's advertised to be an 18 liter. It's gonna be a tight 18 liters if so. We'll talk about that a bit more in depth 2 sections from now. The bag has a size of 16 inches height, 12 inches width, and a fully packed out base depth of about 5 inches. The bag weighs a lightweight 1.4 pounds. This is the Via Workpack when it's empty, and this is the Workpack when it's fully packed out and worn on the Nomads Nation team. I'm 5'8", and Margaret's 5'2". And like I said, we're gonna pack out the bag throughout the entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. All Bellroy bags are backed by their 3-year warranty against manufacturing defects. And for all that, the bag runs around $160 US. And if at any point in this review you're thinking to yourself, Mamma mia, I want the Via, and you're gonna make a purchase, we do recommend that you do so using the first link in the description below. Reason being, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. But that link also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel and team so we can keep making the best darn bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Let's talk about the front of the Bellroy Via Workpack. Bellroy's branding on this series is super subtle. Got the black on black right there. Now, it should be noted, when it comes to this primary exterior fabric, Bellroy has a tendency to kind of mix things up a bit. The fabric used on my black version is sort of like a ripstop nylon, but each color offers different fabrics. And like I said, Bellroy's kind of taking things in and out of the lineup. But just keep in mind that all Bellroy fabrics are always beautiful, nice to the touch, but they're not gonna be the most technical fabrics, nor will they be the most weather resistant. They'll all have some weather resistant properties, but it's not gonna be as like technical and weather resistant as like X-Pack or Ultra, nowhere near. Now, getting into this front pocket and talking about weather resistance, you can see sort of there's like this lip here. So if you do get caught in a rainstorm, this is not gonna be ideal because the rain is gonna kind of accumulate there. And it's not a PU coated zipper, so just don't get caught in a rainstorm with this bag. But the zippers are YKK, best zippers in the game. And you can see when you're in there, we've got a decent amount of organization. One thing that I love that Bellroy does is their interior lining. It's always beautiful, high contrast colors, which helps to create a highlight effect inside the bag, making it easier to find your gear, which is nice because this pocket is a little bit limiting to get into. But you can see we have a key leash, a larger stash pocket, and 2 smaller pen-sized pockets. And then all the space at the bottom as this pocket runs the entire depth of the bottom of the bag. We're gonna pack it out. This is a great pocket to organize your smaller bits of gear that you want quicker access to. So we throw a couple pens in the pen sleeves. Go ahead and throw the keys on the hardware here. This is made by Duraflex. Are you Duraflex, dude? Yes, it is. They make some of the best hardware in the game. And I'm gonna go ahead and slide the keys then into that drop pocket right there. And then for the bottom of the bag, you got some decent capacity to work with. So you can just go ahead and throw smaller things there if you're not super organized. I got a notebook, battery, charging cables, right? But because of the size, you could also throw something larger in there, like a tech pouch. This is the modern Dayfarer tech pouch. See, it can just barely fit. Can I close it? Oh, it's gonna be a close call. Oh, we got a closure. We got closure. So overall, it's a compartment that has some limited capacity in terms of access, but it's no frills, and it definitely gets the job done. Next up, let's talk about the middle of the Bellroy Via Workpack. Bottom, sides, very simple, very flush, very clean, but to be noted, no external water bottle holders, which will be a deal breaker for many out there. But remember, this is a very small and sleek bag. This is really an aesthetic bag. There's functionality to it, don't get me wrong, but I'd say the primary reason why you wanna buy a bag like this is like you just freaking love that vibe. And I get it, it's very clean, it looks profesh. I can imagine you work at an agency or like a designer or something, you waltz into a meeting with this on, people are gonna be like, oh my God. Look at that bag. I have to listen to what they're gonna say. Now let's talk about tote mode real fast because it is kind of a tote pack, but it's also not. It is because you have 2 tote handles, and I like these handles because they're really well put together. I love the webbing here. And due to the size of this bag, carrying it in handheld tote mode is pretty legit. It just feels tight. But unlike a traditional tote, you're not gonna be able to throw it around the shoulder. Like this shoulder wear is not an option with the Via Workpack. So it's like a tote backpack. it's definitely a backpack first. But once you move these handles out of the way, you can see that we have a PU-coated YKK zipper with a little gloss finish, and that gets you into the main compartment. Now this PU-coated zipper will help protect you from the rain, but PU coatings do have a tendency to peel over time. It just depends on a lot of factors. And then once you're in, you can see the organization in the main compartment. We have a zippered mesh elastic pocket at the top, a side pocket right here, good for a water bottle, and the laptop sleeve. Let's pack it out. Now I'm gonna stick to my guns and say this does not feel like an 18-liter backpack. It's a tight 18 liters, if that. So we're gonna slowly pack it out to get a feel for its actual capacity. First up on the side, we have this pocket right there, which could be a good spot for your water bottle for sure. Yeah, this is a 22-ounce Columbia, and you can see it slides right in there. Obviously, it's not ideal to have water with your tech, but if you feel very confident in your ability to keep that MFer screwed tight and closed, then water bottle here shouldn't be a problem. Top zippered pocket could be a great spot for headphones and a passport. This is actually a notebook that's the size of a passport. But I do think on that note, like if this is not a work bag for you and it's a travel companion, could be a really nice travel companion. Super simple, put underneath the seat in front of you, unzip to grab what you need. Very nice personal item access on this bag. Especially you pair that with the luggage pass-through holder and the fact that it looks fresh and clean. All right, pack out the main compartment. So you can see we've got some tightness, right? So I got an air tech pouch here, shove that in. And I'm gonna stick to what I'm saying. It feels more like 15, 16 liters, somewhere in that range. You can see we can get the book in there as well. Throw a hat in there. Before we deck out the top, let's talk about the laptop compartment. Now, I like the padding on this laptop compartment, very much so. Like really, really well padded on the back. Not really much of a false bottom on the bottom. It's basically going right down to the bottom of the bag. There is padding on the bottom of the bag, which is nice, but the laptop compartment itself is not actually elevated. Nice materials though. Padding on this side is good as well. Let's see if it can fit our cutout of a 16-inch MacBook Pro. Very nice, it definitely can. Look, nice and snug. No way anything bigger is gonna fit in there, so don't try a 17-inch, but the 13-inch MacBook Pro that I have shouldn't be a problem. And yeah, even though there's no real false bottom, we got maybe a little false bottom in there. It actually feels pretty protected. I feel very safe with my laptop in this bag, which is nice. Then we'll put the sweater on the top. And yeah, I stick to what I'm saying, more like 15 liters, I'd say. But overall, it's quite a beautiful bag, even when it's fully packed out. And real fast, before I jump into the next section talking about the back of the bag, I have a sneaking suspicion that if you're here, you might be a bit of a bag nerd. And if that's the case, greetings, fellow bag nerd. I'm also a bag nerd. And I wanted to let you know, bag nerd, that here at Nomad Nation, we don't just do YouTube reviews, but we also have a world-class epic newsletter, which gives you a deep dive into what's happening into this amazing world of bags. So if you want a behind the scenes look at what's happening in the world of carry with the newest drops and limited edition collabs and the newest fabrics and everything that's going on, you're gonna wanna sign up for the Nomads Nation newsletter. We put a lot of time and effort into it. We're really proud of it. It's delivered multiple times a month. And to sign up, just look for this globe emoji in the description below. I hope to see you in your inbox. Now let's talk about the back of the Bellroy Via Workpack. Simplicity is the name of the game here, and that's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you like. Shoulder straps have some decent padding to them. Actually, I'm pretty cool with the amount of padding here. But in terms of comfort, that's kind of what you're relying on because the back panel really doesn't have any additional padding. I mean, it does on the back side, right? Like it's padded. Like there's no 3D cutouts, there's no ventilation you're gonna be getting with this bag. And there's no sternum strap either, which I don't think you need on a bag of this size, but if you are somebody who has a bit of back pain, especially lower back pain, sternum straps are a very nice thing to have, but there's not even the option to add one on for the Via Workpack. To adjust the sternum strap, we have these web holders here. Very clean. Everything about this bag, you know, it's just that vibe, that clean, fresh look, as to where other things like possibly comfort and functionality are sacrificed. Due to its size of 18, more like 15 liters, you're not gonna be packing a ton of stuff in here, so overall, I think it's a nice wear. If you are wearing it on hot, sweaty summer days, you're gonna feel like sort of a plastering happening with the back of the bag with your back. And it's definitely not gonna be a great bag for somebody with a larger frame or torso. I'm 5'8", and I got this bag fully loosened, and like, it feels nice, but like if I was bigger, this would be a tight fit. So if you're someone who likes to wear your bag a little bit on the looser side, there's not a lot of leniency in terms of this webbing. And finally, for the luggage pass-through holder, you can see it just slides right on, easy peasy. And what's great about it is it slides on vertical. A lot of bags these days are going horizontal. So this makes it a very clean carrying experience. Everything about this bag is accessible in vertical mode, right? So when this is here on the floor, you wanna grab whatever you need, whether it's from this pocket or from the main compartment, super easy access. I really think this is a really nice personal item on a flight. I do. Let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the Bellroy Via Workpack. Pro number 1, super clean look. Pro number 2, very minimalist user experience. And pro number 3, I was pretty impressed with the overall laptop padding, even with like not having the best false bottom. It's a very well padded laptop compartment. But on the flip side, we got some cons as well. Con number 1, definitely not the best access of any bag I've reviewed. Con number 2, the capacity I think is overstated. This is closer to like a 15-liter bag. And con number 3, I do think that in terms of value, the bag is probably slightly overpriced. But overall, it's a bag who knows exactly what it's trying to be, and that's either gonna really speak to you or it's not. And if you're still here, there's a good chance that it's just really speaking to you. You're like, dude, that thing is fresh and clean, and I like fresh and clean, and we're gonna be fresh and clean together. And if that's the case, and you're gonna make a purchase, just as a reminder, we do recommend that you do so with the first link in the description below, because that's where you can find the best price and sometimes the discount codes. Thank you so much. But if you're not quite sold, I got 2 other options for you that might be a bit more up your alley. First up's gonna be this guy, the Alpaka Bravo Totepack. Great pick for you if you like that whole tote pack fusion, but you want something that is a little bit more feature heavy, a little bit better organization, a little bit better accessibility, and comes in at a slightly lower price point. And the other one is the Bellroy Laneway Totepack. Great option for the ladies who want a tote/backpack that's a little bit more on the stylish side. You're less concerned about functionality, and you really want a little bit more tote carry in your life. Now, I haven't reviewed this, but my sister, who runs our sister channel, Gear for the Girls, has, and I have reviewed this here on Nomads Nation. And to watch either of these reviews, just check out these videos right here. If you got any questions about any bags, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron, this is Nomads Nation, and we'll catch you next time.